Hi, I'm Sean Casey. I've got a great tip to help you learn how to wind up better and get into a proper loaded top of swing position. Much is made of the golf swing and the motion of the golf swing. There's all kinds of tips out there to help you hit the ball better, set up better. I think one of the most underlooked parts of the golf swing that doesn't get enough attention with the average golfer is how to get to the top of swing. I think that moment where you're at the top before you start your way down into the ball is essential. If you can get into a good top of swing, it makes it so much easier to deliver the club onto the ball properly. There's very little time from here to impact, and if you're in an improper position, a less than ideal position at the top, we see the golfer try to make things happen magically from here to impact to try to get into a better position, but there's really just not enough time to do that. So if you want to play better golf, more consistent golf, improve your top of swing position. One of the most common things that I see at the top of swing is that the hips move this way in the takeaway in some effort to shift the weight. The golfer thinks they need to move their legs this way. And what ends up happening is the spine angle ends up doing this. We call it a reverse pivot, but the golfer ends up looking something like this where their spine tips this way. That would lead to, in the downswing, a reverse of that where the hips go forward and the spine tips back and they end up hanging back at impact. So work on this in your takeaway, and if you look at the pros, you'll see that their hips do not go that way in the takeaway. Their hips turn, but they don't slide. You can practice that a little bit just by doing this. Just get the feeling of your hips, allowing them to rotate a little bit in the takeaway, but none of this. Okay, and then what I'm going to make sure is that my head, if anything, goes back. I do not want it to go this way. It can stay where it is, maybe move an inch back. Hips turn, and I'm going to try to load into this leg with my head moving 1 inch this way. Now that's just a feeling. My head might stay dead still. I'm certainly trying to prevent my head from going forward. Okay, so hips turn, head either still or move an inch or half an inch. And I think from there, you'll see that it looks powerful, it feels powerful, and it's going to allow you to come down into the ball with more power, a better weight shift through your front side. You're going to hit the ball more solid, and you're going to hit it further. So work on your top of swing. Videotape it. Sometimes looking in front of the mirror at it isn't realistic because when you put into motion and go hit a ball, it changes. So you're going to have to practice it in front of a mirror a little bit, get a feel for it, hit some balls, videotape your swing face on to see where it actually ends up before you come into the ball, and then assess it and work on it from there. Good luck with that.